Iceland. How you doing? This is Lee Taft. Hey, I want to take a moment and share some thoughts with you about the seminar I want to do with you coming up in a few months, actually. I'm actually sitting here in my office doing some work and actually working on some programs for my athletes that I currently train. And the seminar that at least one of the things I'm going to do with you is we're going to have a couple days of working on program design. Not the most exciting title maybe or a topic, but really it is when you start to dive into it and you realize all the great opportunities you have to manipulate a program for whether it be your athletes or your adult clients. It's really awesome when you think about it. And I think why I'm so excited to come back over to Iceland and share this with you is because my methodology is a little bit different than most people. I look at program design, especially as it relates to multi-directional speed, much differently than most people. And we're going to share some concepts of how to look at writing a program, what components to put into your program to not only make the program effective, but to make it exciting and to make it easy to fit into any schedule you have. You may have a really, really busy day. You may be working with athletes. Maybe you're a head coach and you don't have a lot of time to do speed training. If you're maybe a head basketball coach or a team handball or something like that. But you still got to do it because ultimately if you don't make your athletes better, they're only going to be able to do so much for you with the skill. Okay, so in other words, if they can't escape people, or if they can't close on people, if they don't have enough speed to catch up, or whatever it may be, you're limited as to what you can do. So I'm going to show you how you can and must implement speed training into every single day that you train in all the variations. I'm going to show you how you actually program that in. You don't have to think about it as a full hour of speed training or a full 30 minutes of speed training every single session. I rarely do that. Even in my own training sessions, that's what I do. I teach people how to get faster. I don't do a ton of speed training. Then we got the other part of it. We've got how do we program in strength training. Strength training to me is it's one of those things that I think often strength coaches, at least I know here in America, often think of it as the number one priority in an athlete's or in their client's life. Now, the only time I'm going to say that is if I'm working with a power lifter, an Olympic lifter, or possibly a bodybuilder where, yes, that's what they're coming to me for. It's to lift more weights. But if you're a coach of an athlete or a coach of a team or a client that just wants to get fitter or they want to be stronger to perform their sport better, then it has to be supplemented into the full training session, and it isn't a standalone component. In other words, kids don't come to you just to do strength training for the purpose of lifting heavier weights. They're doing it so that they can perform better and stay healthy while they're playing their sport. Okay, and that's a different mindset, and I'm going to show you how you actually can take that mindset and put it on paper so that it makes sense into your program. The other part is how do we program for many months out? I'm going to tell you, I think our industry has really made it confusing with what they call periodization. There's many different forms of periodization, but once again, I'm going to tell you that we've made it too difficult. Shouldn't be that way. The system that I use has just worked really well for me and my athletes, and any of the interns that have worked with me, once they figured it out and realized, wow, it really isn't that hard, it's the best way to go when you're training, especially when you're working with athletes, and even young athletes for that matter. So I'm going to tell you, I'm so excited to share with you all the different elements that go into writing a program. Now, here's the thing. You're probably thinking, oh man, I'm going to be sitting for 2 days. No way. I'm going to get you up and I'm going to get you moving, because when we actually start talking about implementing a specific type of a warm-up into your program design, I want you to actually see the warm-up and feel the warm-up. So many of you may have experienced some of the warm-up, the last seminar that I did with you in Iceland, but there's more, and I'm going to show you more things. I'm also going to get you, to feel some of the speed movements. Not a lot of it, not a ton of it, but I want you up and moving so that you can feel the exercises we're doing, so when you put it into your program, you understand it completely. So you're not going to be sitting the whole time, you're going to be up and moving. Then we're also going to include some projects for you. So we're going to actually have you work on designing the program. We're going to have plenty of paper and forms that I personally use, and you can use your own, doesn't matter, but I'm going to actually have you doing it and working in groups so that you learn how to work with each other in design programs, because that's how I learn a lot. If I have questions, I get on the phone and I call up an expert in a particular area and they help me out with it. And I think often we feel that we have to do everything ourselves and figure it out. No, that's the complete opposite. If somebody else has the answer, go get the answer from them, because ultimately you got to help your athletes and your clients. Okay, so as you can tell, I'm so excited. There's so many different things that we're going to talk about in program design, and we're just going to knock out a great couple of days of that. And hopefully, I'm there more than 2 days. We're going to have a couple other days of some really cool things going on. So listen, I hope you're there. I can't wait to meet some of you for the first time, and hopefully I get to meet some of my old friends that I met the last time. So hey, listen, I can't wait, and we'll see you in about 3 to 4 months. Okay, bye now.